Hey guys, welcome to Degrees of Shining, and tonight is another Lady Gaga look. It is my Knave of Hearts, and if you'd like to see how I created the look, stay tuned. Okay, so you'll see I'm getting the look started by covering my brows. I'm just using a basic white glue stick for that, and it dries really quick in between. So I figured what I'd do is share with you some of the pre-things that I did in order to create this look. And so one of them was to create cuffs and a neck ruff, since it's a mime slash kind of clown look. So these are the cuffs that I created, and basically they're just a pink velvet ribbon, and then I took this really pretty finding trim and took a hot glue gun, you could use fabric glue or whatever, and affixed that to the front, and then there's some Velcro. I bought Velcro in a long strip, and you can just cut off pieces as you want to use it, and then on either side match it up so that it fits my wrist, and there you go. Now the ruff is a little bit more complicated, and you'll see this is really rough in its finish because I really banged it out. But this is the same velvet ribbon that the cuffs are made of, and you'll see this stitching, and what I did was I cut this hot pink organza type tulle-like material in long strips, and then folded it accordion style and then stitched it to the ribbon, and then this is how you end up with the ruff. Now I did this really quickly. It took me about 2.5 hours to rough it out and figure it. You can find directions online. I did find them in Google. The next time around I'll probably take a little bit of extra time to measure everything, measure out where I should stitch, and measure out my strips a lot more carefully so that it's a little bit more even. Also, I'll probably choose a different kind of material because you'll see this type of material tends to have a tendency to unravel. It looks cool. It's got a rough finish to it, but I'd like something a little bit more refined. I might just choose a different kind of fabric and different kind of material, and then also in a different color. A lot of fun to do. You should give it a shot. Okay, so let me stick another coat of glue stick on, and then we'll get going. So I think I have my brows pretty much covered. I put about 5 to 10 coats, maybe even a little bit more than that, because my brows are so thick and so dark, and I really wanted to make sure they're covered. I did, before starting my brow covering, put on some Oil Control Lotion from MAC, and that'll help with oiliness and greasy and getting shiny. And now I'm just going to put a silicone base on my face, kind of like Smashbox's Photo Finish Light. And I'm just going to put this all over, and this is going to smooth out my face, put it over the brow. What I'm going to do now is lay down a foundation of white, since it's a clown or mime look, and that's the predominant color of the face. I'm not going to go for a complete opaque look. I want this to be a little bit rougher for this editorial look. And what I'm going to use is Mehron's Cream Effects Makeup in White. And what I've done is I've squirted it out onto a palette. This is just a plate, but you can see some white there. I'm going to take my finger. I'm going to dab some onto my face. And then I'm going to take a sponge. This is a Sonia Kashuk sponge, one of my older ones that I don't use every day anymore, and I've already dampened it. And then I'm just going to spread that makeup out. Okay, so you'll see I have my face just about covered. What I did was I went back over that cream makeup. It's not my favorite at this point. It didn't really do what I wanted it to. I went back over it with my Mehron palette, the Paradise palette, which is that huge palette. I can't pick it up because I got stuff on it. And you activate it with water, and once you get it layered on, it dries and it stays until you actually reactivate it with water. So the trick with that is to, I'm using the same sponge, layer it by dabbing it on and then letting it dry in between. So you'll see I'm still covering my brow area and my nose. So I'm just going to go in and do a little bit, and then, okay, so most clowns will set their white with like baby powder or an actual white powder. I don't have either of those things on hand, so I'm just going to use Mehron's Color Set Powder, and that, again, it sets cream makeup, and it helps control oil and shine and sweat. And what I do is I just shook some out onto a palette, and I'm just using a 188 brush, or this is a 187 brush, stipple brush, or any powder brush will do. And I'm just going to set that over the cream makeup that I've put on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take a pencil, an eyeliner in black. You can use any pencil. Tonight I'm just using an old L'Oreal. I have Rimmel here, I have NYX, I have L'Oreal. I could use any one of those, and what I'm going to do is start filling in the blacks that are going to be in this look. So it's underneath the eye, over the eye, and then the brows themselves are drawn up onto the forehead. So it's kind of tricky, and I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing and get some of this on, and then I'll come back and show you how it goes. Okay, so you see I have some of my eyebrow on now, and it's tricky. It's a lot trickier than you think it is to do. I have to be very careful because of the glue stick peeling up if you press down too hard. So rather than continue with the eyeliner pencil, I'm going to use the black from my Mehron palette. I'm going to go to a liquid now, and I'm going to take a super pointy fine brush, and I've already sprayed my palette. I'm going to dab that off and mix up kind of a paint consistency. And then I'm going to go back in and work on filling in some of the black in the look now on the lid. Okay, so I have some more black on, and what I'm doing now is I'm going in with a black shadow. This is the black from my Sleek palette. I like it because it's super dark. And a pencil brush. And you'll see I've already started on this side where I've gone back in and I've kind of faded out that black. I've also set the eyebrow area too. So I'm just going in. Unfortunately, I just got some fallout on my face. And then I'm going into that area where I'm creating that crease. And then kind of smoking that out a little bit, blending it out. So it's not a harsh line or really uneven looking. Okay, what I'm doing now is I am smoking out the area between the crease that I've created and the eyebrow. Again, I'm just taking my pencil brush and black. Make sure you tap off everything because it will fall out onto your face. I've made a real mess on my eyelid. Thank goodness I'm going to cover it with some color, but taking the pencil brush and right in that very corner where the eyebrow and the crease meet, I'm just going to fill that and then brush it out, kind of creating some dimension there. Fading. So even I make mistakes, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking a long Q-tip dipped in water and I'm removing the white from my lids where that color is going to go, and the reason for that is I got too much black onto the white fallout and when I was using my liquid makeup, and it just looks gray and the color won't look right against that. So what I'm going to do is remove everything that's gray and dirty and then put down a new coat of white. I have a fresh coat of white on, and now I'm setting that with some Yeyo, which is a matte white eyeshadow from Urban Decay. And tap off so you can see. Just taking a flat eyeshadow brush and dabbing that on over the white, kind of setting it.